2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the Trailblazers in Portland. Taking a look at the Trailblazers, they come into every game with confidence, and this game is no different. Two elite teams putting each other to the test. A lot on the line in this one. And we'll see LeBron James playing in this one. He's made no secret he wants to be the first billionaire athlete.
First?
The lights of downtown reflecting off the Willamette River in this terrific look at the picturesque city of Portland. It's NBA basketball on 2K Sports. We're glad you could join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. DA, take it away.
Well, Damian Lillard is not just the best player on the Blazers, he's the team's unquestioned leader. But he said leadership is not all about talking. It's about letting others hold you accountable too. Being coachable and committing to a common purpose. For him, guys, being a leader doesn't mean he puts himself above his teammates.
I like that story, David, and a good attitude. Great job. Thank you so much. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for LeBron.
He's been playing a much bigger role in their offense over the past 5 games. It comes across in his usage rate, which has gone up during that stretch. Him here tonight.
And now the Lakers starting group. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Horton Tucker in at the shooting guard position. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Jones is out there with Anthony, and it's Nurkic in at the center. And in this one, 2 prolific offenses, Brent, going head-to-head. What was the best offensive team you ever played for?
Well, the fun I had, Kevin, and enjoyed the most was in Seattle for the Supersonics. Now we're going to have to explain to some of the kids who that is.
Who they are.
But I think the most efficient and the most programmed offense certainly was in San Antonio for Greg Popovich and the San Antonio Spurs, having the anchor Tim Duncan down on the block.
The Seattle Supersonics. That has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Lillard with it. Now guarded by Schroeder. Lillard against Schroeder. And Damian Lillard with the James.
You want evidence of Lillard finishing at the rim? I give you Exhibit A.
James against Jones. The drive. Whoa!
Yikes.
I mean, that's a rugged play.
Never get tired of LeBron James in the air doing wonderful things.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Size and speed and force of LeBron James is something to behold. And he just seems to be getting better and better. That is scary.
And the basket by McCollum.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Now here's James. He had 34 points in the win against Utah.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard.
Nurkic with the block.
At 7 feet tall, Nurkic, not easy to get around. That time throws that one away.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Here's Horton Tucker. An 11-point game for him in the win against Utah. And they double up Davis. James outside. 6 on the shot clock. Nurkic with the block. McCollum outside. And it's off the back rim. No good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
The drive by James. Count that bucket. James has got 5 points so far.
So many years, and the body still holding up for LeBron James. Wow.
The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Lillard dishes to Jones. Takes a 3. That one misses. And the Lakers take it the other way. Bobbed up there for Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
And when he gets himself into the right position, Drummond so powerful in terms of finishing at the rim. The only way to prevent that alley-oop is to keep him from getting to the launching pad in the first place.
Now here's Lillard. 20 points for him last game against Sacramento.
And you talk about shot makers. C.J. McCollum, one of the best in the game. From mid-range, you could argue he's the best, flat out.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
And you look at the shot chart for McCollum. He's a threat, Greg, from everywhere.
Able to hit off the bounce, pulling up. At his height, he's got to be creative, making space for his shot.
You go back to 2015, the Blazers lost 4 of their 5 starters in the offseason. So instead of rebuilding, they retooled around Damian Lillard, and what a piece to retool behind. Amazing how far they've come in the past couple seasons where they've placed in the Western Conference.
It's LeBron with the drive and finished off by LeBron.
LeBron exploiting the defense once again, knowing when to slash, and gets himself to the rim.
And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Portland Trailblazers. They trail by 1. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Well, you know, Brent, you've got to give a lot of credit to the Blazers front office, continuing to fortify this roster with under-the-radar acquisitions.
Interesting adjusting around a couple of albatross contracts to now have a team that's capable at positions that a lot of teams are trying to fill. That's the wing position.
Lillard misses. Lakers leading by 3. It's LeBron with the drive. No one near Drummond as he lets it go. Buries it from 3-point range.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Here's Lillard. He averages over 27 points a game and seems to always find a way to score. To end the run, and it's sent back by Drummond.
Just a wonderful effort from Davis on the defensive end with that rejection.
And the dunk by James.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. If there is any concern for Anthony Davis, it's that early in his career he has dealt with a lot of injuries. But Brent, he does play a high-impact style.
You think so, Kevin? He's one of the top 5 players in the league, and at his position is absolutely exemplary. You think about it, 7 seasons in New Orleans with the Pelicans and 13 playoff games to show for it. A change of scenery, an opportunity in Los Angeles to play with LeBron James. It's going to be interesting to see where it is his career goes from with this move.
And it's Lillard missing.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
Pass to McCollum. Here's Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Nurkic has got his second bucket of the night.
Nice shot selection there. Nurkic finding a shooting window and making that one count.
Schroeder finds Davis. And Davis throws it down hard.
Is Davis competing in the All-Star Slam Dunk contest? I give him a 48.
Here's Lillard.
bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Shoots from the elbow. Rebound the Lakers. Drummond's got 4 rebounds now tonight. James outside. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
Defense shaking their heads. No idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
Now here's McCollum. 23 points for him the last game against Sacramento.
Let's just not forget about the work on the glass, Kevin. His effort level was a 10 that night out of 10.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitive.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Trailblazers trail by 14. And Lillard kicks to Jones. To the inside, Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Melo doing a great job rolling right into the open spot to find some more offense.
Outside, Davis. And another 3 for the Lakers.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Lillard from deep three-point land. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Pass to Horton Tucker. They get it back. Here's Davis. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. Portland's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Jones, the pass to Anthony. Fires for 3. And James pulls it down.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Pass to Horton Tucker. Here's Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends. Highly effective down there with the physical play.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. And this is the first season matchup for them against the Lakers team.
And although they were the better team last year by overall record, this was a competitive matchup for them.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. Hood's checked in for Jones. And it's Powell in for C.J. McCollum.
And off to an incredible start here early from long range.
Trailblazers trailed by 19. Here's Powell. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. And there's the pass to Kuzma. Davis has the open look. Rebounded by Hood.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play. Well, 2 seasons ago, the Blazers were swept in the first round, and something in the scarring of that kind of outcome has stayed with them, both Terry Stotts and their starting backcourt, to kind of fuel their fire to make the type of strides that they have in the past couple seasons.
Now here's Hood following the miss by Montrezl Harrell. And here is Powell. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Out to Hood. The 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
It's a way to be ready offensively for the pass. It's pretty clear that Rodney was ready to shoot it once he caught it.
And Brent, for the Blazers, the continuity has been part of what's made them so good, and that includes keeping Terry Stotts as their head coach.
Yeah, it's interesting to think about Terry Stotts being the 4th longest tenured coach in the league. This will be year 8 for him in the Pacific Northwest. But this group is very tight. They've got great chemistry. They run a very unique offensive system. And there's definite buy-in here in Portland behind Terry Stotts.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Now here's Davis outside for Caldwell Pope. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Caldwell Pope's got 5 points so far.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start. And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way. Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
Lillard with the bucket.
This is not a player who likes to be trailing in any game. That lights a fire.
On the wing, Davis, defended by Covington. Schroeder, that one doesn't go. Good work defensively by Lillard. From past the arc, and it's Lillard again missing. Lakers leading by 17. Here's Schroeder, and he banks in the layup. Schroeder's got his second bucket tonight.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Lillard outside. Knocks down the three ball.
That's a nice shot from Damian Lillard. He feels like he can drain it just about anywhere and appreciates the fact that he's got that kind of range.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Lakers lead by 16. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. The leadership mantle, something that Damian Lillard welcomes. He talked about what that means to him.
A lot of responsibility. When things go bad, people are going to look to you first. They're going to point the finger at you first. And when things go well, they're going to give you the credit. So,
right on the money as always. Lillard has excelled in that leadership role.
Yeah, I mean, he plays with so much confidence and composure, but also it's the way he includes his teammates and gets to know them as individuals that makes him a franchise player.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And for the Lakers, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, we've got Dennis Schroeder. Morris is out there with Harrell. Then there's Kyle Kuzma, and it's Caldwell Pope in at two guard.
Lillard producing right now and finding ways to torch this defense, just filling up the stat sheet.
Here's Morris, following the score by Damian Lillard. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Well, we've got a moment now to see this year's three-point contest and how it's shaping up. Let's take a look at some of the top candidates emerging as we see here some players who are cut.
Not too shabby of shooters on this list, Kevin. You gotta love the advancement and really the evolution of the three-point shot in today's game.
And you look at Anthony. He's going to need to leapfrog quite a few great shooters if he's going to be a part of the three-point festivities in All-Star Weekend. But, maybe he can do it.
I mean, anything's possible, especially if he has a few big games from beyond the arc before All-Star Weekend. That'd give him a nice bump in the voting.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase this year. Some incredible shooters, that's for certain. We'll keep you updated as we find out more.
Yeah, I think we're in for a real treat. I think the increased importance of the three-point shot in today's game has really shined a light on the talent, precision, and really the wow factor of how these guys can drill the long ball.
And Kyle Kuzma, a late pick in the 2017 draft, but he's shown that he's as strong a prospect as any.
Yeah, flew under the radar as a prospect, but came in with a very refined game and was an impact player early on. Has already started to expand his game. Should see an even bigger role as he develops as a player.
And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Lakers. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Here's Kuzma, fades away and sinks the tough shot. And the Lakers lead by 15.
Able to score from almost anywhere. Kuzma rapidly becoming a guy that can hurt you.
Powell with it, now guarded by Caldwell Pope. For the three, no good. And it's the Lakers the other way.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Nice to play with a point guard that takes pride in playmaking. It makes you move around just a little bit faster to get open spots.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Count it. Schroeder's got his third basket of the night right there.
Well, you don't want to body him up. He's just too fast as Schroeder's able to get it done.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Offensive rebound.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been helping at all.
Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
Now a timeout called by Portland. And Brent, with the corner three being such a popular shot, should we consider widening the court, making it all feel the same?
That's an interesting question, Kevin. There's been some talk around the idea of actually dissipating that three-point line into the sideline.
Yes.
And I really just wanted to say dissipating, by the way.
Well, and you said it well.
The other thing, Kevin, that has been considered, what if we went back to skinnying up the lane line, back to the original George Mikan days of the lane being 6 feet wide rather than what we see today at 12 feet? That would put a ton more value on post-up and two-point play, almost so much as the three-point shot and the two-point shot in the post equate to the same amount of points per possession.
Yeah. And here is Anthony following Kyle Kuzma's three. Pass to Drummond. Kuzma outside. Over Jones, and again it's the Lakers.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Outside Anthony. Drains the 19-footer. Anthony's got his second basket of the game.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
James in the post. Covered by Hood. And that one's good. James.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Outside Anthony. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Melo can be deceptive and a bit shifty, so that time makes a nifty move and then gets inside to get the foul.
Portland shooting their third and fourth free throw shot of the night. And the first one at the line is good.
Just get a feeling like Melo has brought some extra energy to this one. This guy eats, drinks, and breathes basketball, but he's at it here tonight.
And he can't hit the second.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Now here's Anthony. 8 points his last outing. They get it back. Nurkic, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, the determination there by Nurkic pressures the D into getting a little bit too physical with him on that shot.
The Trailblazers have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
Nurkic is a double-double machine every night. There's not a lot of teams right now, Kevin, that are equipped on their roster to handle the kind of size that Nurkic can bring.
free throw's good for Nurkic.
You wonder, with Nurkic last year getting hurt, just how much further the Blazers could have gone. Again, carried by C.J. McCollum and Damian Lillard, their unbelievable dynamic duo at the guard position. But the defensive anchor all year long had been Nurkic.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, that along with maintaining the pace of play right now, playing with tons of intensity.
McCollum finds Jones. Kuzma against Anthony. Shoots over Kuzma. And that one's good, Anthony. Anthony's got 7 points in the game. And with their high-powered back, Brent, Nurkic providing the Blazers with that sorely needed paint presence. He is a big body.
Big body who sets screens and frees up a bunch of room for those guards that you mentioned, Kevin. But the interesting thing is about all the dirty work that Nurkic can do down low for this basketball team, picking up 10, 12 points in the painted area, putting a lot of pressure on the defense.
So it's Portland now, after Los Angeles picked up 3 with their last shot. And James picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Morris.
Anthony Davis.
Los Angeles on D. Here's Nurkic, and that one goes long. And it's Drummond with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
Even though Davis gets bodied just a little bit, he still knocks down the shot right in the defense's face.
Now here's Anthony. He has 7. Back to McCollum. Gets a hand on it. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Now here's Drummond. He's got 13. 5 to shoot. James way outside. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Yeah, still trying to calibrate right now because he had 1 3 in the first quarter, but nothing since.
And he's able to get it back.
LeBron using his big mitts there comes in handy on defense, getting up there to spike that one away.
Passes to Horton Tucker. Back to LeBron. And the dunk by LeBron.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Now here's McCollum. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now.
It's so hard defensively to stay after McCollum. He can be elusive, and then he can score from anywhere.
James against Anthony. And it's slammed in by Davis.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Outside, Jones. Pass to Hood. And it's McCollum in the corner. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
Just so good off the pass. McCollum set up and ready at all times.
James looking around. Unloads from 13. It's good on the putback.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Jones kicks to McCollum. And stolen by LeBron. Drummond with it. Now Anthony defending. And Kuzma slams it in.
Anthony Davis showing those young AD skills as a point guard.
The Trailblazers shooting 40% since the beginning of the second quarter. Outside Hood. 1:43 left in the first half. Nurkic can't hit. LA's gone 4 of 6 from long range in the second quarter. Solid shooting. The pass to Horton Tucker. It's stolen by Jones. Outside Hood. Feeds to McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. Back to Nurkic. No good that time. Kuzma with the defensive effort. puts it up for Davis.
This is what you get with AD, just an incredibly unique skill set and just dominating right now pretty easily on the offensive end.
Now McCollum, 10 points for him. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And Jones with the stop.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Here's Horton Tucker. He has 5. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Anthony. Here's Hood. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Well, if you go to Lehigh, of course, you're going to make smart plays. McCollum good at sensing when his man was going to be wide open.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. LeBron is doubled. Down low, Horton Tucker. Good, and the assist goes to James. LeBron's got assist number 8 here in this one already. On the wing, Jones. And a wide open look for Hood. Second shot opportunity, and it's sent back by Drummond.
A high motor keeps Drummond engaged defensively. He doesn't want to let any shots go in.
And so it's Los Angeles, leading by a full 31 points at the end of the quarter. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Andre, big first half, a lot of energy. What are you guys doing differently tonight?
With active hands on the defensive end, it really got us all hyped up. And, you know, it translates to the offensive end as well, too. So, you know, we're looking real good right now. We just got to fit together in the second half, too.
Transition really working well for you in the first half, Andre. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And, folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
A tremendous game we're seeing from Anthony Davis. He had 18 points, 2 block shots, and 6 rebounds. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
I'll tell you, Anthony Davis every year has improved his skill level. Much more comfortable from three-point range now, much better ball handler, and better at finding the open man. The complete package.
Looking at Portland, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, they gave up too many good looks. You look at the field goal percentage against them, this tells the whole story. Not enough activity defensively, not enough disruption, Ernie. Like Kenny disrupts me all the time, not enough disruption.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Oh, man, pouring it on right now, and why wouldn't you?
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Anthony, and it's Jones in at the 3 slot. Here's Davis. After the Trailblazers pick up 2, James wide open, and that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Davis has got his 3rd assist on the night. Lillard with it. Pass to Nurkic. And there's the defensive 3-second call.
Well, Anthony Davis, the #1 overall pick back in 2012, a perennial all-star, 6 of his 7 seasons in New Orleans with the Pelicans, where he averaged over 20 points per game. He is a superstar and one of the more rare birds in the league at his position to be able to do what he does.
Now, here's Lillard. Back to Jones. Clock is at 3. Good on the three-point shot. Jones has got 5 points so far.
That's right on the money from Lillard. That's how you finish a possession.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Drummond. Here's LeBron.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
90 seconds now into the second half. That's a 2 from Lillard. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got 7 rebounds in the game. And Brent, you look at the different ways that Davis can affect the game. What stands out to you most?
Well, really his skill level. There's a lot of talk about how much he's grown as a shooter and playing in the half court. But since he's come into the league, Kevin, the skill that I admire most about AD is what he does in transition. For him to get out on the break, run and be a target, and catch the ball at any position on the floor and know what to do with it, that's an amazing thing for a guy his size.
What improvements, Brent, do you like to see out of players going from season 1 to their second season in the league?
Biggest thing, Kevin, turnovers. Player comes into the league, has an opportunity to play, wants to rush things, plays too fast, doesn't have an ability to slow down and make reads. From season 1 to season 2, given the role and responsibility for that player, when you watch a guy who's ability to take away the mistakes, the simple mistakes he made last year, that's growth.
Because it's connected to so many other areas of his game.
Right, and he's not trying to do things that he wasn't capable of doing when he came into the league last year. He's understanding more of where it is that he's best suited in possessions and for that offense.
Good explanation. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. And that's the third of 4 straight played at home.
Nurkic getting more and more comfortable at finding the open men on this team.
Now here's James. He's got 21. Passes it to Drummond. From beyond the arc. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. McCollum feeling it out a bit. And a miss there on the triple.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
James, the pass to Horton Tucker. And James throws it down.
You know, LeBron is good at the fundamentals, but just so great at reading where the rebound is coming off and grabs that one for a second chance opportunity.
Now here's McCollum. He's got 10. There's the feed to Jones. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. So for the Trailblazers, Cantor checked in for Nurkic, and Robert Covington subbed in for Derek Jones. And the Lakers also making a change. Harrell's checked in. The drive by James. Harrell down low. He's against Cantor, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him. The Lakers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. Norman Powell's checked in for Portland.
The compliment that Harrell gets often is the fact that he's just so tireless a worker, and that energy is something that both coaching staffs and teammates appreciate.
Now here's Lillard. 19 points in the game. Shot to stop the run, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Well, the book, Greg, is the same for Enes Kanter as it's always been. Great score inside, but his defense leaves you wanting.
And Kevin, at this point, he is who he is. I mean, for better or worse. Kanter is still a force off the bench to give a team some post presence in their second unit, but not sure he'll ever be a player to build around.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And here is Los Angeles now. Here's James. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And the GOAT conversation. LeBron has said his motivation is to surpass Michael Jordan as the greatest of all time. Greg, What do you think he needs to do to bolster his case?
I think for the naysayers, the obvious answer is more rings. You look at the other numbers, including those 8 consecutive finals appearances, LeBron is in the discussion.
Free throw good, LeBron. Brent, a lot of teams will be paying that luxury tax, and that is a tough thing for a lot of owners to swallow. Is this the best method to deter teams from going over the cap, overspending, and outspending smaller markets?
You're hitting the nail on the head, Kevin, because there are some teams, as much as you said it's tough for some teams to swallow, there are other teams that never see that pill.
Right.
And they're willing to go as far as they need to go in order to put a championship team on the floor. It seems to be working, but the question you have for me, was it a deterrent?
Now here's Lillard.
Always an appreciation for Lillard and his build, just how rugged he is, along with that fearlessness.
Caldwell Pope with a wide open look, and Cantor pulls it down. For Portland, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. And the dunk by Powell.
Catching the lead pass at full speed, terrific anticipation, and the delivery, Kevin, on time, on target.
Now here's Harrell. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Powell kicks to McCollum. Nice jump shot. Good. McCollum's got 12 points in the game.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
That's tipped. LeBron James on the wing. Here's Morris. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. He has 5.
What vision by LeBron, always willing to give up the ball. They're just hitting a wide open teammate.
Lillard with no one around. And another 3 for Portland.
Something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
And Morris throws it down.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Portland's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Powell dishes to Lillard. Puts up a 3. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 4 rebounds now tonight. The drive. Look at that jam.
No way.
I mean, just beautiful.
Yeah, I'm not going to give LeBron any more space, but certainly like to see him dunk. How about that throwdown?
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Portland. Puts it up from 15. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
I don't think he sees any kind of defense when he's at that range. It doesn't matter who's guarding him.
Now here's Harrell. And finished off by LeBron.
Yeah, there's no stopping LeBron right there. He's done that thousands of times.
The Lakers making a switch here. Kuzma's checked in. The Lakers have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. Free throw drops for James. The Trailblazers shooting well. They're at 45%. Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the James.
One thing about Lillard is he can go with either hand when he's attacking the rim, and that makes it very difficult to defend.
James finds Harrell. And again, no good by the Lakers. It's stolen by Morris. Harrell, that's good.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Here's McCollum. After the basket by Montrezl Harrell, pocket 6, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lillard from outside.
He gives his all whenever he's out there on the floor. Just that energy level is something that is infectious for Montrezl Harrell.
Morris into the lane. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. And it's 9 points for Markieff Morris. Portland's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Cullen passes to Lillard. And the rejection by Harrell. Here's Caldwell Pope, and he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Now, here's Lillard. He has 29, and he gets it to go.
He makes it look effortless out there. Until the defense actually presents a challenge for him, expect those kind of results.
Here's James, and the dunk by James.
Now, LeBron does so many things so very well, including handling the ball and getting to where he wants to go.
The Trailblazers shooting a stellar 60% since the halftime break. A three from McCollum, rebounded by the Lakers.
Well, he got off to a terrific start from the perimeter, but in the second half, he can't seem to build on that early success.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
The Trailblazers shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Morris with the block. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Goods checked in. Pass to Covington. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's foul number 2 for him. Derek Jones, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. Hood up top. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Hood finds Jones. Basket, good. Jones has got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, Hood does a good job there of surveying the floor and being ready to deliver the pass.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
Now, this team did something in halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half.
And Kanter throws it down.
Ooh, and that dunk had some anger to it. I mean, usually he's content to just go up and get the finish with the soft touch.
Not that time. The big man looked like he had something to prove there.
Yeah, you love it when big guys play big. That's the reason they have all those screws up there on the rim.
And here are the Blazers. 1:12 left in the third. Three-pointer, Lillard drills it from outside. Lillard's got 34.
3 triples in the first half, 3 in the second. Boy, do they add up.
LeBron outside. The pass to Horton Tucker. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
Well, if he wants to make the defense work, he's got to start knocking down the threes. Only one so far in this game for him, and none since halftime.
Now here's Jones. He's got 7. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Lots of room. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Kanter's got rebound number 8 now on the night. That's a 2 from Lillard. Kuzma pulls it in. Kuzma's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Harrell. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Robert Covington picks one up.
Well, just hard to keep up with Montrezl Harrell and that impressive energy he brings.
This is his 2nd trip to the line in this one.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Harrell. Los Angeles making a switch here. And both free throws good for Harrell. 1 second left. He can't get that one. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And on the court for the Lakers to start the 4th. They've got Jones. He's out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Smith is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Caruso in at the point.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell-Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Brent, when we talk about home court advantage, do you feel it's the same as it used to be? It has that same impact?
I do think it's still hugely important, Kevin. It's less important when there's a team that has been together for a long time and has proven that they can take their wares on the road and come home with a victory. But it absolutely gives you a level of comfort as a player to get into your routine, to be at a place that seems familiar. Something deep down psychologically helps every member of that team being at home.
Portland with the ball after the basket by Los Angeles. Hood, the pass to Simons. Hits the three-point bomb. Simons has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And here's what the schedule for the Lakers looks like. On Sunday, they'll head home and take on the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then on Wednesday, they'll begin a long road trip starting in Orlando and going up against the Magic.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment. And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And he makes both free throws. Brent, when a team hires a new coach, what tends to be the feelings of the players in that locker room, knowing there's a new voice?
If you are a veteran player, you have the opportunity, more than likely, Kevin, to call 5 or 6 resources that know who that coach is. Because most of the time coaches that are getting hired have previous NBA experience. If you're a younger player, you're looking at what it is that's being written and said about that coach to try to evaluate how it is that you're going to fit in. The biggest responsibility, Kevin, is that new coach trying to get as many of those players into the facility or at a meeting or at a dinner to have them understand from day one, as soon as possible, what it is that they're about, what it is he's expecting from them, and how it is he's going to go about them. Then all the other things about guesswork, those go away.
Right, all about communication.
That communication, and communication as quick as you possibly can, that's an important factor.
And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Pass to Little. Here's Simons. Launches it. Sinks the triple. Simons has got 6 in the quarter.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. First free throw is good. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. A lot of missing stats from the 60s and 70s, but if we could go back and look at those actual numbers, any players you think would really be catching our eye in terms of, oh, I didn't know that guy was that good, or he's better than I thought he was?
Well, don't we always look at the incredible, mind-boggling numbers of Wilt Chamberlain
yes,
and think, what was that guy doing?
Yeah.
And we don't even have half of it.
No.
So Wilt Chamberlain comes to mind first. What I think about, Kevin, when that question comes up is how many great players through the 70s and also really through the 80s, because the three-point line wasn't accentuated enough, missed the opportunity to be even greater scorers. I mean, Jerry West with the three-point line.
Can you imagine that?
You got to be kidding me. So there's a lot of gap of those players, too, that also, because of changes in rules, and because the three-point line wasn't in, that we would be talking about in terms of nostalgia and their accomplishments with a much different voice.
Even someone as recent as Jordan, with the rules the way they are now.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
With the openness of the floor and what Michael could do, as if as if he wanted to prove he could do more.
Exactly. Here's Caruso. Smith outside. The three. A three-pointer is right on target. Smith's got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, it's been made quite clear through time here that J.R. Smith does not lack confidence when it comes to shooting the ball. What range?
And Gasol sends it back. That one drops for him. For Los Angeles, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Here's Caruso. He's guarded by Collins, and that one good.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Here's Simons. Fires from deep. Gasol with the rebound. And so Gasol will bring it up for the Lakers. Here's Caruso. Goodbye, Hood.
Good job, Collins inside, quick off his feet.
Passes it to Simons. And he goes in for the dunk.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly.
Excellent play. Just adding fuel to the fire and really trying to put this one out of reach.
This is what great players try to do. They're not allowing the opposition to gain any kind of hope to try and get back in the game.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Brent, with advanced analytics becoming commonplace in the NBA, which stats do you personally hold most valuable?
Well, it's amazing to talk about effective field goal percentage. I laugh a lot about...
Which is everything, free throws.
Yeah, well, I like to use true shooting percentage, Kevin, because that's where you adopt 3-point shooting percentage, 2-point shooting percentage, and your free throw percentage.
Everything.
But in talking to a lot of people around the league, general managers and coaches, I laugh inside to myself a little bit, like, oh, so now shooting's important? Like what? Like now shooting's important around the league? Right. As if, you know, the time that you go out to start playing basketball, you grab a ball, you go towards the goal, and your goal is to make the shot. And so we're talking so much more about how much shooting is valued. Effective field goal percentage is tremendous, with true shooting percentage being not far behind.
Lakers have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Davis surveying the floor over Giles. And that one's good by Davis. Davis has got 20.
Yeah, very few players as good as Anthony Davis is on the inside. It's great footwork, and he's adding more and more to his postgame.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. From the arc. That shot off the mark. Portland's gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the fourth. And it's Little finishing it off.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Caruso kicks to Jones. It's Davis on the wing. Picked away. Feeds it to Powell. Rebound by Smith.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players reacting. Just, oh, man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
Now here is Davis. Nailed from three-point land. He's got 23.
Yeah, you would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles.
We tend to forget that AD started out as a point guard when he was in high school, showing off his speed and ability in the open court on that break.
For Portland, they've gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. And Davis sends it back. And so the ball out of bounds, Davis touched it last. Now here's Little. Here's Simons. Here's Giles. Good D by Jones.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Here's Caruso. Outside, Davis. 6 to shoot. Over Little. And the Lakers tack on 2 more.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Collins, good.
The more Collins looks to shoot it from deep, the better he'll become. He's putting in the work.
And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Los Angeles. Caruso kicks to Davis. To the paint. Here's Gasol. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got 4 assists in the game.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Simons. And Gasol sends it back. And now here's Davis, the fast break opportunity. That one good for 2. Davis has got 11 in the second half.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Pass to Little. Back to Powell. Now the pass to Simons. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
Not sure which clips they watched at halftime, but he has figured out how to attack the D, and they kept him in check in the first half. He's flipped it.
Davis, again, Los Angeles.
Well, everything right now in sync for AD, and I think that stands for after Duncan.
Pass to Little. Baseline try, and Jones sends it back. And it's Simons missing. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Davis kicks to Gasol. Over Little. Offensive rebound. Stolen by Collins. Simons surveying the D. Inside. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Smith finds Jones. Over Collins. Jones, no luck. Portland's gotten 8 shots off from 3-point land and hit half of them.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Lakers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for LeBron.
He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
And Caldwell Pope drops them both. Brent, when constructing a team, it's always tricky to fit in max contracts. But the truth is, some players probably deserve much more money than they're allowed to receive.
Incredible to say that, right,
It
Kevin?
is, yeah.
But there are guys like LeBron James whose $35 million contract might be worth 100.
I always thought about Jordan, too, right? I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And for the years that Michael Jordan was underpaid in Chicago for what it was he was doing. But in terms of competitive balance for the league and 30 franchises, and for you to try to build a team and a roster to put out on the floor to play this game and have opportunities to win championships, it's really the only way, and sometimes unfairly for guys in terms of their competition and compensation to have to put maximums on what it is that players can earn.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here Here's Caruso. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Here's Giles. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. AD, it looked like you guys were having some fun out there. Is there a new dynamic coming up offensively?
No, we just don't care who scored the ball. You know, the ball movement was great. Everybody's rebounding and talking. So when we play like that, it's fun to watch. You know, and everybody out there having fun, smiling, a lot of emotion. That's all we ask. That's all Coach asked for, and we did that tonight.
Good win tonight, AD. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.